Hey guys, Mike from OJOS here. Today I want to teach you about a workout template. It's simple, easy way to get a workout in, and it's kind of a fun format that keeps you moving and keeps the heart rate up, but at the same time you're able to practice movements with a certain amount of intensity too, and you can get a whole lot of reps in providing a lot of practice at these movements. The style is called EMOM. Some of you might have heard of it before. It's EMOM. That stands for every minute on the minute. Every minute on the minute. EMOM. Bam. So basically what you do with an EMOM workout, the idea is every minute on the minute you start an exercise. You can do a single movement, one single exercise, and do an every minute on the minute workout. So like sometimes I'll do kettlebell swing EMOMs where I just want to get a whole lot of reps in, do a little bit of conditioning, a little bit of work capacity kind of work, and we can talk about work capacity in some other video, but I might do just 10 sets of 12 or 15 reps of kettlebell swings in 10 minutes. So every minute on the minute, I'm doing that 12 or 15 reps of kettlebell swings. So if I do that for 10 minutes, I'm gonna end up doing 120 or 150 reps of kettlebell swings in 10 minutes time. Boom, just like that. You're gonna feel it after that. But today I'm gonna show you a template using EMOM that's like one of my favorites, go-to style I kind of pieced together to get a full body workout and hitting like some of the main movements of our body in these workouts, in our workouts. Because what I want to think of in this template is an upper body push, an upper body pull, a lower body push, lower body push and a lower body pull, which like lower body push is your knee bending exercises. So like squats and lunges and things like that. Lower body pull is your hip hinging exercises. So like all the variations of deadlifts and hip thrusts and all those kinds of things, hinging motions. But the way that I set this up, it's an EMOM, and then we have a little core intermission, and then another EMOM. And we split it up to where we've got an upper body push and a lower body pull in the first EMOM, 10-minute EMOM. So you got two exercises. So we're gonna do it like this. We'll do the lower body pull, 10-minute EMOM. Oh man, minute, M-I-N-U-T-E, bam, 10-minute EMOM. And we're gonna have a lower body pull, so we'll have deadlifts. And I wanna do 8 reps in this template. I found that 8 reps is really good. You can pull, or not just pull, but you can move a pretty decent amount of weight for 8 reps in about 20 seconds or a little bit more sometimes. Depends on how heavy you're lifting, but I'm looking to land on something close to like 20 minutes of work, 40 seconds off. So in an EMOM, at the top of the minute, you're gonna do an exercise. So in this section, it'd be deadlifts. At the top of the first minute, I'm doing 8 deadlifts. Whatever time it takes me to do those 8 deadlifts, the remainder of the time is my rest period. At the top of the second minute, so this is first minute. Second minute, we're gonna do dumbbell overhead press times 8 reps. And you got 10 minutes. So the top of the first minute, 8 deadlifts. Top of the second minute, 8 dumbbell overhead press. So I'm gonna get those 8 reps once I start my timer, 8 reps of the deadlift, and then rest the remainder of the minute. And then the top of the second minute, you're gonna get 8 reps of your overhead press, rest the remainder of the minute, and then you go on to your third minute. So odd numbers are the deadlifts, even numbers of overhead press. Go through it, 5 sets of each. So 10 minutes time, you're gonna get 40 reps. 40 reps of each of these. Moving 10 minutes time, so you're getting quite a lot of reps, a lot of practice on those movements of your upper or lower body hinge, upper body push, boom, and you're done in 10 minutes, okay? So you want to choose a weight ahead of time. I'd like you to pick a weight that's going to be like to you, a tough 10 to 12 rep range, because your rest periods aren't going to be as long. You're still getting at least like a minute and 40 seconds, a minute and a half off before you move on to the next set of that same exercise. But you're moving the whole time. You're never really taking much longer than a 40-second break. And sometimes you're going to be working a little bit longer. That's another thing I like about this EMOM is your rest periods kind of vary. So if you work through your set fairly quickly, which can be kind of hard, that adds an intensity when you're trying to go fast, but keep your repetitions real clean, especially if you're dealing with some pretty substantial weight and whatever. It's all relative, but pretty substantial weight, you're going to be working hard. So you're going to be sweating, heart rate's going to stay up, and you're going to be bouncing back and forth between these movements. So pick a weight that's kind of a fairly tough 10 to 12 reps for each movement. Cool thing about this though is you can adjust weight between sets. You got enough time during your remainder of the minute's rest periods. If you want to add weight to your deadlift, you can add weight to that deadlift, or if you want to grab different dumbbells, you can grab different dumbbells, and you can also go down. But that's the first section. That takes 10 minutes. An easy way to warm up for this, you got 5 sets here. You can go ahead and just start with a lighter weight on both of these, and then on the second set, ramp it up. And then by that time you got those last 3 sets, you should really know that you can be using like a fairly challenging weight, and you know where you should be at, and that last set can be pretty darn tough. And then you're done. Take a longer rest. So like after that, take 2 minutes off. Bam. And then the core intermission, I'm going to call it. Core. You're still working in this intermission, but we're taking a break from the EMOM. What I want you to do, this is my template. This is the way I do it. I'm picking 2 core exercises. I'm picking one where you're moving, so more dynamic movement, and then 1 isometric hold. So what we got, I'm going to just say like V-ups, and then go for 10 reps. That's the first exercise. Second exercise, plank. Just a regular front plank on your elbows. Plank times 30 seconds. So those V-ups are going to fatigue the abdominal muscles, and then you go into that plank, and the plank is going to be a little bit tougher. So because some people might think, oh, 30-second plank, not much to that for sure, but you already did some V-ups, so the plank is just going to be that much harder. And for this, resting, so you want to do this 3 times, 3 sets of those together. Resting as needed. Which means there's no set rest period. Once you feel like you're ready to go again, like you can complete those V-ups, good reps, not all sloppy flopping around like a fish, good reps, and you can complete the plank nicely without sagging that low back, without going into extension, keeping the core activated and working on the core the whole time, not letting the back take over, then that's when you go. So if it's only 30 seconds, 30 seconds. If it's 60 seconds, 60 seconds, something like that. But you get done with that fairly quickly, 5 to 8 minutes. I don't know, something like that. That's not my idea. My thoughts there is that it's pretty quick. You're definitely wanting to get it done in under 10 minutes. Then you're going to go on to your second EMOM. So second EMOM, we got a 10-minute EMOM is now 10 minute. I don't write very well when I'm in a hurry here. 10-minute EMOM. Now, since we already did a hip hinge and an upper body press, I want you to do a lower body knee bend or squat type exercise. So we're going to do goblet squats times 8 reps. And then, so that's your lower body press, lower body knee bending exercise. 8 reps, rest the remainder of the minute, and then you go on to, we're gonna just call it, say, a cable, horizontal row, standing row with the cable. Both hands, everything on here is bilateral movement, both hands, both legs at the same time in this setup. But you can do this anyway, you can add different exercises. I'll talk more at a different time about doing like single leg exercises, single arm exercises. You might change your rep range you want to figure out something where you still get a little chunk of rest in between, so you're not just blasting straight through with zero rest or barely any rest in between exercises. So this bilateral movement seemed to work out the best for me. So, and then the 8 rep range, like I said. So you can deal with some pretty decent weight, still get just enough rest to move on to the next and keep it clean. That's the idea. Shooting for that RPE 8 or 9, especially by the end. So goblet squats times 8 for your knee bending exercise. And then we're gonna go with just a horizontal row. I'll just type that, or a cable row here. Cable row, bam, we call standing. Standing cable row times 8 reps. So all these, this is reps, right? You guys know it, I'll write it down anyway. Reps, reps, reps. But that's my template. So right there, great workout. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here. Like 5 to 8 minutes right there. So that's 28 minutes, just like that. And I will tell you what, you do this workout, you're done in 30 minutes time, tops. You might have to take a little time in between. So, well, you got 2-minute rest there. So we'll call it 30 minutes, basically. A little bit of time to set up. But the whole workout, 30 minutes, you're gonna get 40 reps of your deadlifts, 40 reps of your overhead press. We're right here getting 30 V-ups, and then a minute and a half on planks, 40 reps of your goblet squats, 40 reps of your cable row. That's a good, solid, full body workout done in 30 minutes time, EMOM style. So with the EMOM too, what you need to do, best way to do this with these smartphones, just go to the App Store and look up an interval timer or like Tabata timer. Tabata is another thing we can talk about at another time. But a Tabata timer is what I have. I just typed in Tabata timer, and you can adjust the intervals, the rest periods, the number of sets, the number of rounds you want to do of this whole thing. You can open it up and take a look at it. I might show you a screenshot here. But adjust the work periods to 1 minute's time, adjust the rest periods to no rest time, and then put it up there to 10 minutes or 10 sets. So 10 rounds of 1 minute sets, 1 minute work period, 0 rest. Bam, you start that timer, and it's going to tell you when you need to exercise. The one that I use gives me a beep at 3 seconds. So beep, 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 exercise. And that's how it works. So it just keeps me going right through that, keeps me honest. I don't have to be staring at a clock the whole time. So that's it. You can adjust your weights during the workout to make it a little bit tougher as you go. So if you don't want to do any kind of extensive warm-up or any kind of warm-up ahead of time, just make those first set or 2 of the 5 rounds your warm-up, where you start lighter and then add more weight as you go. So those last 2 or 3 sets are real tough, real challenging. Because as you know, as a lot of you probably know, when you're doing resistance training, like some of the last set or 2 is really like the most important. Is like if you're finishing that last set at an RPE 4, 5, or 6 or something, and you still got a lot of energy left in the tank, then you know you're really not going to be making changes there. So my thoughts are on these last 2 or 3 sets here, you want to be at that RPE 8 or 9. Where like you only got a little bit left in the tank. And RPE just stands for rate of perceived exertion. That's on you. It's like a pain scale. You think about it. You do a set of 8 deadlifts and you still feel like you got 6 or 7 left in the tank, and you just feel how easy that was. You blasted right through it. Might call that like an RPE 5 or 6 or something. But if you feel like you only got 1 or 2 good ones left in the tank, that's like an RPE 9, 8, or 9. Depending, just goes, it's by feel, your subjective thought on how hard it was, just like the pain scale. 1 through 10, 10 hurts like anything else, never, don't want to handle this, this is the worst pain ever. 1 is like, it's just a little, I feel it, kind of thing. Same thing with RPE, rate of perceived exertion. So when you're wanting to make changes in the body, you want to get up there in that, especially 8, number 8. So I don't know what I meant by especially, but looking for that RPE 8 range, okay? So that's it. That's my template. Take a screenshot of that right now. EMOM is a great thing to use in your training. Makes it a little bit more fun. Just changes things up so you're not just doing these like 3 sets of 10 or whatever. There's a whole lot of different ways of doing this thing. and I'm here to show you all the kinds of ways that I really enjoy that can help you. This is a great way to get a good full body workout in as a busy person. You only got 40 minutes to go to the gym and back or whatever. Go hit an EMOM workout. Super easy. You get a lot of work in a quick period of time. You write this ahead of time and you can change things out. This could be like barbell hip thrusts. This could be push-ups. This could be dumbbell bench press. Anything, you know. Stiff leg deadlifts for the deadlift. Trap bar deadlifts, dumbbell deadlifts, Romania deadlifts, whatever. You know, you got a lot of options, so you can change it out so you're not doing the same one all the time. Just change it to something different. Your core, we could be doing, you know, sit-ups or cross-body V-ups, reverse crunches, just some crunches, tuck-ups, just a lot of different things there. Hanging knee tucks or just straight leg raises for your movement one. And then for your hold, you could be doing planks. We can do like high plank shoulder taps, quadruped shoulder taps. You could do a bear crawl. You could just do all kinds of things. Quadruped pull through. There's different options. Switch it up. This is a template that I want you to try out and let me know how it goes. So down here, goblet squats. You could do closed stance goblet squats. You could do cyclist squats with your heels raised. You could do barbell back squats. You could do front squats. The sky's the limit. Whatever. Overhead squats. Some kind of squat. These rows, just any old thing, man. And you can change it to pull downs, overhead pull downs. Make it a vertical pull instead of a horizontal pull. You can do pull downs, pull ups, chin ups, bent over rows, pendlay rows. Just the sky's the limit. Just look it up. And if you're unsure about movements, trying to something different, just look up lower body pull movements. Look up upper body press movements online. Ask ChatGPT, whatever, you know. You can find a million ways to put this EMOM workout together. That's all I'm saying. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I thought about showing you these movements and things like that. We'll get into showing you different movements in the future. I just wanted to show you this template today. That's it. I'm going to cut this off here because I'm just rambling on. But I hope you enjoy. Try this thing out. Let me know how it goes. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you next week.